when I talk about investment, I'm talking about giving so that we can receive. You are listening to the Wealthy Woman Podcast, and I am your host, business coach, and wellness mentor, Dr. Michelle. And my mission is to teach conscientious women entrepreneurs how to create a life full of health and wealth from the inside out. In this podcast, you'll learn how to elevate your health and implement business strategies so you can awaken your inner power, show up more confidently, and focus on what really matters. Sharing your gifts, better serving your clients, and showing up even more for the people you love. This is today's successful woman, the wealthy woman. Hey there, and welcome to another episode of the Wealthy Woman Podcast. Last week, I kicked off a 5-part series all about creating abundance in your business. And last week's episode was all about clearing out the gunk so we can make space for the abundance that we are ready to attract. So this week, I want to talk to you about how we can attract more abundance by investing in ourselves. And like I said last week, when I say abundance, I'm not only talking about money, right? But also abundance of love, support, gratitude, quality relationships, business opportunities, laughter, all the things that really matter to us, right? Really living an abundant life. So the thing is, abundance is a frequency, just like everything else is in this life, right? It's an energetic frequency that we need to align with. So when I talk about investment, I'm talking about giving so that we can receive. You know, the act of giving immediately puts us in a state of abundance because we're acknowledging that we have enough to give in the first place. Okay, so if you're already feeling tapped out, you know, your cup is running dry and you're sitting there like, I cannot give one more freaking ounce, then you need to start by investing in yourself, right? So let's start there because it really all starts with you. So investing in yourself might look different for different women, obviously, but you can break it down. So where do you need the most support right now? You know, think about your mind, think about your body, and think about your spirit, right? Are you mentally fatigued? Do racing thoughts keep you up at night? Are you not feeling mentally challenged? Are you constantly putting yourself down or being overly self-critical? So is your body signaling you that something's off? Is your energy tanked? Are you gaining weight? Do you have regular headaches? Are your periods all over the place, right? What about your spirit? Are you feeling disconnected? Are you lacking motivation, drive, purpose, or, passion in your life? So if one of those or more than one of those stood out to you, then that's really an area that you need to focus on, because if you can't invest in yourself, you won't be able to invest in anyone or anything else, right? If your mind is feeling neglected, maybe you need to finally start that meditation practice, or start a new audiobook, or start keeping a gratitude journal, or work with a mentor who's going to push your limits and challenge your creativity. Back to the audiobook, I know for myself, I tend to always gravitate towards nonfiction, but sometimes I think it's really, really important to balance that out with fiction too, because that challenges the other side of our brain, right? Creating balance there. So what about your body? If your body is feeling neglected, it's time to up-level your health and work with someone who's going to take the time to really listen, dive deep, and meet you where you're at, right? Create a personalized plan for you so that you don't have to keep guessing. You don't have to rely on Dr. Google, and you can finally move forward with that and not let your health kind of dictate, what you can do within a day's time, okay? What about your spirit? If your spirit's feeling disconnected, again, maybe it's time to start that meditation practice, right? Or maybe it means spending more time in nature, maybe getting your hands dirty, maybe, diving deeper into a spiritual practice. You can kind of dissect this. I hope you can see kind of what I'm doing here. So once we've invested in ourselves, right? Once we've filled up that cup, we're able to spread that investment to others, right? So who is it or what is it that you need to invest in, right? Take some inventory, who or what has been neglected lately? Have you been limiting playtime with your kiddos? Do you need to give your partner some serious loving? Do you need to set a tea date with a lady friend or set up a networking lunch with that person who's been trying to connect with you, right? When's the last time you planned a vacation or time to unplug with someone you care about so you can give them your undivided attention? What is undivided attention? I feel like none of us ever experience that anymore, right? Super, super, super important. So I know I don't need to tell you, why this is important, but investing time and energy into your relationships are key, right? So what about your business? How can you invest in your business? Are you dedicating enough time and energy into the projects that are really going to push that needle forward? Or are you so zapped mentally, emotionally, and physically that you get distracted and waste endless hours on social media or YouTube? How are you investing in the growth of your business? Are you working with a marketing team? Do you have a mentor on board? Do you have an assistant who can take tasks off your to-do list so you have more time to focus on your zone of genius, right? If your business is dialed and your health isn't holding you back, how are you investing in your community? Right? So side note, I speak with a lot of women who are just starting out in their business and they have such big hearts, right? And they want to donate so much time and energy and create sliding scale systems and offer steep discounts and all that for people who may not be able to afford their services, right? And I'm all for that and creating access for those in need. But at the same time, we need to be mindful that if you're having trouble paying your own bills, putting food on your own table and basically not taking care of your own needs, then you won't be able to create a sustainable business, right? A long-term sustainable business. Once your business is running smoothly and you're in the green with accounting, then go for it. That's when you're able to truly give in a state of abundance. I hope that makes sense and that I'm not sounding insensitive, but I've run into that so many times. But even if your business isn't quite there yet and you want to get back to your community, where does your community need you? Can you hold a free workshop? Can you volunteer your time to a cause that you're super passionate about? Maybe you can, pick up trash around your neighborhood, right? There's so many options for us to give back, right? All right, so I'm hoping that you can see how investing can be a powerful way to kind of raise our vibration and a way to attract more abundance in our lives, more abundant health, wealth, purpose, and joy, right? Those are the goals. Okay, so to recap for today's part 2 of creating abundance in your business, 1, invest in yourself first, mind, body, and spirit. 2, invest in your relationships, your family, your partner, your closest friends, right? 3, invest in your business. Hire a mentor, hire an assistant, a marketing team. Whatever it is that you need to maximize your time and enhance your zone of genius. Invest in your community. Volunteer your time, host a free event, or simply pick up trash around your neighborhood. Who knows? Maybe you'll start a movement. All right. So I really hope that you enjoyed this week's episode. I've been keeping these nice and short and sweet for you. So if you want to learn more about becoming a wealthy woman, I've actually created a brand new free guide just for you. It's called The Savvy Woman's Guide to Wealth, and it just went live on my website. So I will link to that in the show notes. So be sure to grab it. And as always, I want to know what you thought about this episode and other episodes too. So hit me up on Instagram, take a screenshot of you listening and tag me at WELLthy Woman _ WELLTHYWOMAN_. All right. Otherwise, that is a wrap. Tune in next week for part 3, where I talk about creating abundant health with my 9-part formula. So be sure to tune in. Also, feel free to DM me with any questions you may have or topics you would love to hear more about. All right, chat with you next week. All right, ladies, thank you for listening to another transformational episode. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? You know my mission is to help inspire and empower women to share their gifts, better serve their clients, and show up even more for the people they love. So if you enjoyed this episode, leave an awesome review so more women can find us and join us in creating a life of wealth.